About 4 storms later, I'm back. This time I brought a magnet for the spots where sorry, I got to thinking. I brought a magnet. I didn't bring my big magnet. I brought the one I think is a, I don't know, 150, 200 pound magnet pull. Because a 1,000 pound magnet, number one, is really heavy to be hauling around in my man purse. And number two, it is tough to get stuff off the magnet. Even if you wrap a cloth around it, no matter what you do, it's tough. Even with a trowel, an aluminum trowel thing that I was using, that didn't work very well. So what we're gonna do is head up here and use a smaller magnet. I got some new gloves. Thank you to the donation that was given to me. And bought a whole giant pack. See, that looks like glass. It's just every stop has something. If you can get it out. What is that? Oh, that's a lug nut. I need one of those. I had my tires rotated the other day. And when the guy got done, he said this lug nut wouldn't go back on. And I knew it was going to happen because the bearded one had carried his wagon there before, and the guy stripped out several lug nuts because he just barely sticks them on there. Then he takes his impact and goes brrr, and he wallers them out. Well, it's a good thing that a lug nut metal is softer than the actual. That's a big old hunk of blue. I think that's blue, or is that green? It's green. The lug nut metal is softer than the actual lug itself. So I didn't have any choice at the time but just to flip it around backwards and zip it on there at the house. I don't think a lot of people realize there are torque specifications for lug nuts, especially when you go to shop Good Old Boy. But I needed it done on Old Blue, and I needed it done quick. I don't know why quick. I beat around the bush and let it go a few years without doing it. Then I noticed there was a little wear. You know, a lot of people keep the old white ones. Little insulator thingies. You know, I was gonna wet it to clean it off and put it in my man purse, but I don't think I am. I'm just gonna go semi-dry. Okay, you done looking at that? Quit looking at it. I'm just putting it in my man purse. I know we need to get up here with a magnet and stop poking around. I just can't stand it. I want to go slower along the banks every time I get here because there's always something fresh. You know that V-nickel I found? There was just, or was it an Indian head? I found 2 coins that day. Maybe it's an Indian head. I don't know. It was stuck to a bunch of iron deposits and from everything else that had rusted out of these banks. You know, that's something like that you could pick up with a magnet. So you could actually magnet fish and pick up a coin, which would be really cool. That one's green. That's a nice purple one. See, I want a heart. Oh my goodness, now it's about 6 purple ones. See, it breaks like glass. I've mailed so much of that to so many people. I don't mind, but I don't carry out as much as I used to. I do have the biggest piece I've ever found. Still, I kept it, and it's as big as that concrete block right there, and it has every color mixed in it. So we'll work our way up here, see if there's anything fresh and obvious right in our faces before Railroadiana. That looks like a baseball bat. I always thought that was a pipe. That's been here before. That's still a pipe. If the wind won't blow, and the water will settle down. I wore my my man thigh highs today. It's a creek. There are a lot of fish in there. Let's get on up here. I'll look at the bank and won't bother you with that. I'll just go slow and you won't know how long it really takes me. Unless you want to watch. You want to watch? There's always something cool. There's a pretty large softshell turtle up here. There's a new tree that's fallen off the bank. I'm not really excited about that because that always creates a pretty monstrous ditch. Here comes a softshell. It's looking at me. Ah, it's going up on the bank. I don't know if you'll be able to get a look at it or not. Can you see it kind of right there? Oh, it's panicking. And now it's kudzu time. So that always poses a summertime problem. I don't know where the soft shell went. Alright, I gotta do something about this. This is gonna hinder me all summer. I'm still climbing through this. There's the soft shell right there. That's a big boy for a little city creek. Can you see it? See if we can get it to swim. It's gone. They've got a neck about half a mile long, and they will bite you. This is 1308, right? 1303. That's a modern beer in it. I don't know. We'll set it to the side and grab it on the way back. Here's a very large tadpole, if I do say so myself. Get in my hand, very large tadpole. The water's cold, so it's kind of on slow motion. That very large turtle will eat that in a minute. I'm a little afeared the floods have changed our playground around. Any idea what that is? It feels like it's made of sand. Let me know if I need to come out and get that. I don't know what that is. That is a flying saucer that I found in the creek. So that will be the title of the video and the thumbnail. Maybe. Gotta be creative. I'm trying to stay. Oh, I thought I saw something. There's a whole nother piece of the bank washed out up here. That's gonna change things too. Wonder what our main spot looks like. I'm trying to get there. It's a pretty good walk. First of all, you gotta drive forever. Then you gotta get out and you gotta get in this thing. Everything looks different. Now remember, when you start commenting on the amount of trash in this creek, this is Auto Parts Creek. This is where you're supposed to dump your auto parts for the past 70 years, so I can come find them. Like, this is not a little teapot, short and stout. That is a pipe. You know what I need? Boy, I'd like to find one. Is a header adapter for my temporary flexible muffler I'm trying to put on the wheelies. We'll get the magnet out in a second. Wow, it's a lot deeper. Oh no, this is a spot. This is it right here. It's so deep up there now. Okay, we're gonna do the magnet all in here and over there in the 3 spots where we swept and swished and all that. Oh, I forgot that thing. I meant to take that last time. Might get it this time. You get some of this creek hair out of the way. Now, let me get situated. Remember these blue gloves? Somebody told me a long time ago that you can see a lot better. You can see the fines a lot better when I use blue gloves. I'm using a small magnet like this time. So let's try it. We'll just start right here. And everything we find, we'll put over there on the bank. No, I'm not taking it. Someone sent me some of these a couple of years ago, and they worked great. They were larges, and these are small. I actually had to order them. It took me forever to find these jokers. I knew exactly what I wanted. May not be very productive in getting the cool stuff, because we know the iron junk that comes out is mostly iron junk that comes out. I should really put it behind you right there. Can't move that. But once we get all the iron out of the way, we might be able to see a little better down in there. Then we could go back and swish it eventually. You need to move to another spot. Turn your head this way. Look over here. It's like your neck's popping. Let's go right here. We need to be swishing, don't we? See, if I dug that big piece of metal up in the field, it'd be a cannonball fragment. Out here, it's just a piece of metal. This is hindering me. I got to get rid of this, whatever this is. Here's a latch. That almost looks like the latch. I don't know where it went. I dropped it to the bottom again. Almost looks like the latch of the door on my Willys. That is out of a distributor. You can see the point right there. I want to move the camera and swish in here. Oh, there's that bracket. That's about all that sticks out on my Willys truck though. And it goes in and out and latches when you slam a door. That's about all the iron right here. I want to look now and see if there's anything interesting down there. You want to look? Let's put the magnet right here. Let's look. Can you see the bottom okay? Hang on, I gotta get some of this big stuff out of the way. I'll kind of swish it. Let all the dirt go by. The rain helps with the pollen until the sun comes back out. Then it all starts over again. See, that looks like a corn right there. We might have to go to another spot. Problem is, we're going to put my camera because I had it hooked right there. That's where you were sitting a minute ago. The fish are coming around. They're waiting for me to move. Over here, they're doing the fish dance. They stopped when I was looked at them. They're a little shy. Looking around for another spot. That's where we were. I guess we could try right here. Let's go right here. I think the big green sign thing went away, so that's good. What did we find here last time? Coins and keys, right? I need one more arm or somebody to come with me and start holding the camera. But since we got that out, let's swish this a little bit. Be the latex. I don't see any coins. Someone mentioned a stainless steel hex nut that I let go and told me the price of it, and I looked it up and they're right. I did not know stainless steel bolts cost that much. I should have been harvesting all these years. But I will start from now on. Alright, we're going to clean this bottom up right here a little bit. I know the bigger magnet picked up more, but this one does just fine. Here's a big U-bolt. Some other ends and odds. Now we will swish it and let it clear while we look around for another spot. We'll clear pretty fast. Let's just look here. Oh, we need to go right there. Look at all that stuff in there. That's where we need to start off with a magnet. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, we know what we're gonna get. See, I always thought the bigger and stronger the magnet, the better. But I don't think so anymore. This magnet will pick up anything you want to find. So if you want to find all this magnet is the one for you. What is that? That's a brass end of a hose fitting, huh? All right, let's swish it. I'm looking for coins and little small things. But you know that, don't you? So let's do it again. I know what you're thinking. You want to go underwater. It would be easier to see, wouldn't it? Yeah, my phone's ringing. While I was talking to the rune, that was the rune that called me. On the phone, I see something that looks like another car emblem over there. If I don't fall down. Yeah, there's not much of it left. See, right off the bat you think, okay, Chevrolet, but what is that? That is the back of it, and that is the front. I mean, that's kind of a heck of a reflection right there. I don't know, what do you think? What do you think that car was? Alright, here, look at it and think about it for a second. It looks like a CVROLC. And I know that's not what it was. The whole top of the letters are gone. So I don't know. Now let's get back to doing it. You want to look one more time? Maybe you have to go back and pause it, but let's look around, see if we can find. Alright, I think what we'll do next is we'll go around these big rocks, and then we'll after we get the metal out as much as we can, we'll swish it. I guess now that I got some decent gloves, I could possibly bring a bigger magnet. This is just so much easier. I don't know if I've shown you the video yet where I found all the 38 rounds in a creek. I started sitting them on a fence post and shooting at them with a BB gun. I know it ain't a good idea, but oh, it's just so hard to pass up. I did it from a distance with the 22, and they crack really nice and loud. With a BB gun, you gotta get a little closer and behind a tree. But all it does is pop the cap. So I'm thinking those are duds anyway, because generally if the cap pops, it means it fires, right? I know the answer to that. I don't think there's many stainless items in this creek. Oh, the wind's picking up. I'll swish it real good while the wind blows. The goal when you're swishing is just to get the silt to fly away, not all your precious cargo that you're looking for, which we haven't found. There is one stainless steel screw. Oh, right there's 5 cents. I think I'm gonna harvest. It's well worth the trip. I know what you're thinking. It doesn't take much to entertain me. Actually, I do this just for the peace and quiet. And to think. Then when I'm done thinking, I turn the camera off and go back to real life. I still keep in touch with Jim. I feel like we've become good friends even though we've never shook hands before. He is still in Louisiana. Getting his leukemia treatments. He told me I could tell y'all. That's a ring. Look. No, it's not threaded. Oops. It is a ring. What's the chances of cleaning that up? Anyway, put it right there and hope it's there when we get back to the base camp. He told me I could tell y'all, but he didn't say I could tell you, you know, to send him letters. He's a strong man, like most, and he doesn't want everybody whimpering for him and everything, I'm sure, but gosh, I wish he'd if you're watching this, Jim, he's probably not watching. He might be watching this. I wish I could tell you where he was, just so you could send him a card or something and say, hey, thinking about you, man. He is the one I've told you before that I send stuff to down the creeks all the time. To Mobile. And he's got to hurry up and get back, because there's probably so much trash in Mobile, and all this silt is going to him. He's been gone a while from Mobile, so I told him when he gets all better, if he doesn't get his job back, he can come play with me in the creeks. He can hold my camera. Actually, no, I'll hold the camera and make him do all the swishing. I'm gonna be walking like I'm 90 when I hit 30, if I don't stand upright eventually. I can almost bend over at my hips and lick the floor without any struggle at all. I know, that sounds nasty, doesn't it? Okay, we've been there and we've been here, and I'm thinking it's time for a battery change. So I thought I was ready, but I'm not. You know, I think I changed my mind on changing the battery since there's a lot of changes going on. I think we're gonna stop right here because I have no idea how long I've been running the old cake hole. So there's gonna have to be a part 2 on this one. I was looking at my boot. These are awesome thigh highs because they come with boots on them already. So anyway, I like them. Thanks for watching my video. So wait a minute, what did we find? We found that alien thing. We found that car emblem. Well, you got to figure out what that is, because I don't know. We got that ring. I looked at it again. It's not threaded. I got to looking at it a second time, and I thought, okay, it's a little snap ring that goes around a spark plug, but it wasn't, because it's not threaded on the inside, and it is solid all the way around. I just got to clean up, see if I can read the inside, and it's rounded on the inside. So either way, if I'm wrong, it's okay. There's a square nail right there. Square nail right there. Thanks for watching my videos.